everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. Welcome back to another video. Today's fashion edition is taking a look back at Meghan Markle's past Invictus looks, fashions, styles, tragedies. But we're going to play a little game because we have covered her past Invictus looks before in previous fashion editions. I will create a playlist and link it for you. What we're going to do this time is I'm going to look through 10 of her looks that we have really good photographic evidence of. Sometimes there's an event or two or an occasion here and there where we don't have a ton of great pictures, where we can't really see the look in all of its tragic, wrinkly, messy glory. So I'm going to pick 10 looks where we have good pictures to really see. And I'm going to rank them worst to least worst, or dare I say, best to worst. And I'm going to rank these as we go. I am familiar with these looks, but I have not pre-selected the 10 outfits that are included here. So if, for example, I place an outfit as absolute worst, number one, most tragic outfit, and later in the video, I see an outfit or a look from her that I think is even worse, I can't move it on the list. It has to stay where it's at. So please feel free, play along, rank them as we go, and leave yours in the comments and we can see whether we agree or not. So let's take a look. Okay, so first we have Meghan's first ever appearance at Invictus and as Harry's girlfriend. This was when she was really introduced to the world, I guess you could say. And she is wearing an oversized button-down, of course, very messy, rolled up, very, very messily. It's obviously a couple sizes too big. And she's wearing some skinny jeans here that have some rips and some flats, and then an oversized tote bag. I feel like this isn't as bad as some of the other ones that she's had. Here, she's obviously trying hard to send certain messages. She's trying to say that she's casual, that she's unassuming, that she's cool, that she's, I don't know. I mean, I would say sporty, but she chose flats instead of sneakers. I think with the jeans and the casualness of the rips and whatnot, she should have worn sneakers. And of course, an Invictus polo would always be far better than anything else for a top. I'm going to put this, because it doesn't have as many gross errors, it is a little unprofessional, it's a little too casual, it doesn't really vibe. You know, it has all the usual signs of Meghan Markle not really getting how to style herself well, of course, but it's not the worst. I feel like it doesn't have as many major crimes as we've seen in more recent years. So I'm going to put this in at number 7. On my list, number 1 is the worst, 10 is the least worst. Okay, next we have this mismatching white suit. A lot of people said this gave refrigerator, big huge rectangle, oversized in the worst of ways, in which I would say, yes, I agree with so much of that. There's a lot of problems with this outfit. The suit jacket has one good thing going for it, and that it is a longer hemline. The suit jacket comes down a little bit longer, which helps to camouflage and blend her shorter torso, bringing better balance between torso and leg. However, because it is kind of bulky and chunky and heavy, and then she's wearing these trousers that look to be one shade lighter than the blazer, it looks messy and sloppy, and the trousers are, you know, a little too big maybe. So it didn't really come across properly at all. It looked a little messy, it looked really bulky, and on top of it, perhaps most importantly, it was far too fancy and snazzy and formal for this event. She would have done a lot better to have her hair up in a ponytail to create less bulk around this area, and of course, for the love of God, match your whites. Oh, it's not too hard. At the same time, she got away with less wrinkles this time, and the V-neck is a good option. We don't have any undergarment mistakes, so I think I'll put this, oh, I'm nervous now. I can't decide between 6 or 8. I'll put it at number 8. Next up, more creams. Oh my goodness. Here she is wearing a romper while she walks in front of veterans. This upset a lot of people. It's just disrespectful. She has no place there either. It made no sense, and it was a messy, sloppy look. The shorts are not professional, but they're also a tad bit too short for her and her proportions. They're not bringing her any balance. They're not offering her anything. She doesn't have the most shapely of legs or anything like that. So it's not like it's showing off an asset or drawing the eye to an asset the way it might with somebody who has like great sculpted legs might like to draw the eye to the legs. Perhaps. I don't know. Just theories here. The sandals are a big mistake. They look floppy, they make her feet look really long, and they're black. And the rest of her outfit is all in really, really light tones, so that didn't make sense at all. The pockets, the fit of the blazer, the buttons, the messy tie belt, the collar, and a blazer on top is adding so much mess and bulk to her torso area. It's insane. And she's shoved the blazer sleeves up really, really bad. This was awful. I'm going to put this at number 3. Really big mistake. Oh, next, I have completely forgotten about this, or maybe it just never even landed on my radar. This was before I started doing YouTube. Meghan Markle wore an Invictus shirt. This was when she was still with the royal family, so surely she was told to wear an Invictus shirt. Probably yet another point where she thought she was being treated unfairly or that they were being too controlling. But this is the right thing to do. Wear the Invictus gear. Support the event that you're at in your entirety. Send messages that are nonverbal. It's important. Here she's wearing an Invictus polo, some sunglasses, a white blazer, black skinny jeans, and it looks like high heels from this picture here. The blazer, I think, doesn't quite work because it's white and the rest of her outfit is dark, but at the same time, the Invictus lettering is white, so I think we can give her a pass on this one. I also would have preferred her to wear sneakers. She could have gone with white sneakers and the white blazer and the polo, but the fact that she wore the polo, the Invictus polo, I feel inclined to put this at number 10. Least worst Invictus outfit we have ever seen Meghan in. Shocker. Big surprise. Back when she was with the royal family and they told her what to wear. Look at that. She should be wearing Invictus polos the entire time she's in Whistler this time. Word on the street is she's going to be there, so we shall see. At an opening ceremony, Meghan Markle wore this, and this was a super creepy moment, okay? This is almost the exact same style of top that Princess Diana wore in her last photo shoot ever. Super creepy. And it's a really weird top, too. It's like a unique one that we haven't seen, like, for sale or anything like that. So a lot of people speculated that she had it made specifically, which is kind of creepy and weird to go to such great lengths to copy Princess Diana. Others thought, she had somebody go out and find it. Either way, it's pretty intense and kind of gives people the ick, and I agree. This is also a really bad choice for Meghan Markle because it widens her shoulder line even more, and it's just not flattering. It's making her torso area look really wide and boxy, so this overall was a fail in so many ways. I think I'll put this at number 1 just because it has that ick factor included. This was the worst Invictus outfit we have seen. The GMPs, oh my goodness, this was 2023. Meghan Markle wearing a satin, almost coppery, but a little bit more bland than that. Not copper at all. This is just brown latte, coffee, I don't know. Wearing a brown, silky, satiny button-down and beige trousers. These beige trousers are so ginormous. They are not hemmed properly. They are eating her feet alive. They are so big and bulky with the pleats adding weight to her torso and belly area, making her look like she has a bigger belly than she really does. And she didn't wear the right sort of an undergarment for a satiny top, so the bust line looks kind of funky here. This overall looked really messy, tons of wrinkles, not professional, trying too hard. All the things. I'm just going to go for it and put this as number 2, second worst. It's also just accentuating her proportions in a bad way. It's making her torso look even shorter by chopping it off with these hugely high-waisted trousers. As I've said many a time, she really needs to gravitate towards mid-rise or even low rise to help bring balance to her shorter torso. And then they're also so dramatically wide-legged. They look kind of silly in high heels on this track field. It looks ridiculous. Know what you're doing and dress for the occasion, for goodness sakes. Next up, we have a picture from the 2022 Invictus Games. She is wearing a white jacket and blue jeans with heels. I hate that she wore high heels for this. Sneakers, flats. If you can't do sneakers, do flats. But sneakers, come on. It's an athletic event. She's walking down a track, a running track. What is happening? Why are you not wearing sneakers or flats? You do not need high heels. Nobody in these types of environments around athletics and sports are expecting you to wear heels. It's not an event people usually wear heels. So what are you doing? What are you thinking? It looks silly and out of place. The jeans, however, are an improvement here for Meghan. We can't tell the rise. For all we know, they're hiked all the way up to the boob. We don't know, but they are not super wide leg, nor are they super skinny. These have a bit of wiggle room in them, and they are at the ankle or just above the ankle length, which helps to balance out her longer, lankier limbs. Also, the hemline of the jacket comes down a little bit lower, which helps bring that great balance. As you can see from this picture here, the length of the jacket, which reads like the length of her torso, is almost exactly proportionate to the length of those jeans poking out that we can see. So that's perfect. That's what you kind of want to go for. Get close to that good 50-50 balance. It's a good ratio. It looks more polished, more put together, more balanced. It's always going to be better over something that's less balanced. It just is more visually appealing and better for your figure. I also like that the jacket fastens off to one side a little bit. It's giving us just a little bit of gathering, a little bit of diagonal lines across the torso to distract the eye away from resting right in the middle of the torso, which can tend to widen the torso. So that gives a little bit of an illusion of a better waistline. She needed her hair up for this or a collar that laid more flat. Having this collar that's up like this, kind of stiff, and her hair down is really clogging up this area, making it feel cluttered and closed in and just stuffy. Not great. But the rest of it had a lot of potential, so I'm going to put this, I'm going to put it at number 9 because it had less mistakes than some of them, but I might regret it. We'll see. Next up, we have what I like to call the Stormtrooper outfit. Now, this was from last year's trip to promote the Winter Games coming up, and she's wearing this completely horrible outfit. It's mismatched. She's wearing olive gloves that look like dishwashing gloves, just by the fit of them and the length of them, paired up with a camel poncho looking jacket, a wrap jacket. Cape coat is what it's called. Now, the coat itself can be interesting and fine on its own. The gloves themselves can be fine on their own. The colors just don't mesh well together. They don't look nice together. And on top of it, the proportions are all off. This is making her torso look more exaggeratedly large and her legs look more exaggeratedly twiggy here because she's wearing black, skinny jeans and boots. So this all wrong for proportions, not a great marrying of garments themselves, and on top of all of that, it's just stuffy and pretentious and snooty to wear something like this to a sporting event. It just looks ridiculous. If you don't match your outfit to the occasion, you're gonna make yourself look silly no matter what, no matter how nice the individual pieces may be. I'm gonna put it at number 4. Okay, next up, oh no. I would have probably put this one a little bit higher up on the list. If I could go back and change it, I would probably, because this one was a little bit better. It had some improvement. This is a black shirt dress, and shirt dresses aren't great for the Meg because she usually does a really messy tied belt. But this time it has a braided belt. That's an improvement. It's still not great because the texture draws the eye a little bit more and accentuates the width of her waist. If she had done a very simple matte black belt, it would have blended nicer, or even a fabric belt, it would have blended nicer. But the simple A-line effect of this is more accentuating to her figure. It's more balancing to her broader shoulders. It's creating a better silhouette for her overall. It's also a little bit elongating and slenderizing because it's all one color. I do wish it would have had some color to it. I think that would have been nice to wear a little bit of color. I wish she hadn't rolled her sleeves up all sloppily A swap out of the belt would have been nice, and maybe button it one more time would have been good for her in this situation. But overall, this was one of her better looks, so I probably would have put this at number 8 instead of the refrigerator suit. But I put the refrigerator suit at 8, and I cannot change it, so I'm going to have to put this black dress at number 6. Oh no, another one I probably would have put somewhere else. Okay, she was wearing the giantest of GMPs, the most humongous man pants we've seen in a long time, with this halter neck top. This was horrible. The pants, the trousers, as you can see, are eating her feet alive. They're far too voluminous for her. They just look bulky and chunky and huge and terrible, like she's going for a swim in them. And they are up so high with this big, thick belt, catching the eye, drawing it to her torso, making her look very rectangular, very square. No waist at all. So she did herself no favors there. Additionally, the cut of the halter top is not very professional. I mean, Harry's in a suit, for goodness sake, a wrinkly one, but he's wearing a suit. But also it draws the eye to the shoulder and widens the shoulder line, so it's making her look all the more broad at the shoulders. So this one, I only have slot number 5 left, but there it goes. I might have put that, it would have been hard to choose between place number 4 or place number 5 for that one, I think. I will put up on the screen how I ranked them as we went. I cannot wait to see in the comments how you ranked these outfits. And let's buckle up for the upcoming Invictus events and see what Meghan Markle chooses to wear this time. Hopefully she learns to wear some Invictus gear. Lord knows her PR needs that boost right now. If she could just suck it up, swallow her pride, and wear Invictus gear at this year's Invictus Games, it would be huge. It would be huge. I doubt she will, though. Leave in the comments also whether or not you think she's going to. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Have a happy day, everybody. Bye.